We don't have time for feelings, so people to be in their feelings. Like, we're trying to turn this thing around. And so for one person to be in their feelings about when and where and how they should be in the game, I don't have any time for that. We're not allowing that narrative to even exist in our program that we're doing to get the Lakers back to where they should be, and that's at the top of the food chain.
Is it fair to say that Russ is nowhere near the player that he was?
I want to refrain from saying that, but I can't. Russell Westbrook can't shoot. It's just that simple. One could make the argument that most of the Lakers squad can't shoot. And that's why Rob Pelinka, I know there's a lot of people that throw a lot of shrapnel or criticism his way. Rob Pelinka, I personally like him. And I would love to refrain from it myself, but I can't. This roster's horrible. And it's got your fingerprints written all over it, sir. It's horrible. And even though LeBron James can have the finger pointed at him for pushing for Russell Westbrook to come to this roster, and therefore he can't escape any culpability whatsoever, it doesn't negate the fact that if you're Russell Westbrook, you know, you got to know what your strengths and weaknesses are, and you got to let go of the stubbornness. You know what kind of season you had last year. Well, it's 3 games in. You're averaging 10 points. He's shooting 28% from the field. Ladies and gentlemen, Russell Westbrook is shooting 8% from three-point range. 8. 1 for 12, to be specific. And you combine that with the historical critique that you've had about your decision-making at the point guard spot. And then you couple that with clearly a level of distance that you and LeBron James have with one another. We saw it when y'all were in Vegas together and y'all didn't even huddle up to talk. And we could speculate until the cows come home because we don't know. I don't care. I don't want to know. All I care about is what we see on the basketball court. This is horrible. And this is, I mean, at least back in the day when the Lakers were struggling, Kendrick Perkins, you could look at Kobe Bryant and say, well, A, he was hurt, you know, and he wasn't on the roster. B, he had 5 championships on his resume for that franchise and was still selling tickets for them. LeBron ain't win, 4 with the Lakers. He won 1. Okay? You got them to get Anthony Davis. You got about 7 players on the Lakers roster for clutch sports. I'm trying to find one of them that can shoot, okay? Because right now it don't look good. It just don't look good. And I love me some Rich Paul. But, I mean, it's bad. This is very, very bad. And to be 3 games into this season with this team looking like this, I mean, even though we can't absolve LeBron because, again, it's not like Russell Westbrook can't play. You can go someplace else, put the ball in his hands, tell him don't shoot the 3-pointers, but do everything else, and he could be an asset to a lot of teams. He's not a scrub. It's just that on this squad, it's a future Hall of Famer. It's just that on this squad, he does not fit at all. And it is glaring. And it's also glaring that he doesn't seem to want to be there. And they don't want him to be there. And the last comment, KP, I'll say is this. To my brother, LeBron James. My brother, you are a brilliant brother. Brilliant basketball player, brilliant mind. But don't think you that damn smart that you get to navigate through this. We, talking about the media setting you up to get at Russell Westbrook. No, my brother, you did that. Opening night when you said, we're not a team of shooters. You knew good and damn well who everybody was going to look at. And you said it anyway. You got to own that, my brother. You got to own that. You cannot want to talk about Russell Westbrook for the rest of the year. We going to all remember what you said opening night.
Is Russ' game declining? Hell yeah. Has it declined? Yes. Should Rob Pelinka have traded Russ this offseason? Hell yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the now. What are you going to do now? We watched the game. We watched Russ' body language. Russ knew that was a horrible shot at that time of the game. He knew that ball should have been in LeBron James' hands or Anthony Davis' hands, running some type of action was getting them involved and him not pulling up in transition when they up 2 going at this point of the game. He knows better. But the fact is that Russ' behavior is coming cancerous to the team. And we heard Darvin Ham talk about it. You know what Darvin Ham said about people in their feelings? Because when Russell Westbrook was on the bench, he was moping, he was complaining, he was chirping, he was saying little things under his breath. Now, all of a sudden, what do you do now? You know what you do? You send them home. You send them home. You send them home until you find a place to trade, that somebody's going to trade for him. Because right now, you can't continue to bring him into that locker room, bring him into that facility, because his attitude is going to weigh on everybody. It's going to weigh on the coaching staff. It's going to weigh on his teammates. It's going to weigh on the training staff. And look, we get it. At this point in time, there's no reason to try to make the relationship work. That's gone. Russell Westbrook is not changing. I love the brother to death, but his attitude, he is who he is at this point. He thinks he's an alpha male and he has to be that somewhere else. Here's the sad part about it. Right now, it's no GMs in the league that's willing to take a chance on Russ and bring him into the locker room. Not a team that's considering themselves a title contender. And this is the point that Russ is at in his career. He should be trying to show the world that he can fit, that he can be the missing link. But I'm telling you right now, they need to send him home. And I hate to say this, Russell Westbrook, and I said this to you before, Stephen A., Molly, Russell Westbrook, if he don't be careful, he will find himself out of the league come next year.
The Lakers have to trade Russ for anything, and I mean anything, because even if you get nothing back, he's become a complete liability on this roster, so even getting rid of him gives you something. The other option would have been to tank this season and get a good pick in that stacked draft class, but the Lakers can't even do that because they traded all their picks away. Westbrook needs a fresh start, and this team needs a fighting chance, and they can't do that with him on the roster. There's just not enough shooting. There's no spacing for LeBron and AD to do anything, so this team can't get it done offensively. Even if you include the picks, the Miles Turner and Buddy Hield ship has sailed. Russ's trade value has never been lower, and even if you include the picks, I don't think the Pacers want him. I really don't. It's unfortunate because I think on another team, he can actually get something done, but no team wants him because right now he doesn't even look like a starter and he doesn't want to come off the bench. I hear so many people say the Lakers can get rid of Russ if they trade him and then another team buys him out. But here's the kicker. Russ has to agree to be bought out, and he has a $47 million contract. That means he would have to give up a percentage of his contract, and even a small percentage of $47 million is a lot of money. So Russ won't want to do that, and the team that takes him won't want to pay him his full salary. You see the problem here? My point to all this is the Lakers have to trade Russ, but they also have to accept that they're not going to get a good deal. They're not going to get what they want. So that means no good players, no valuable draft picks, no assets of any kind, just random dudes to swap with Russ to get him off your team. Now, why would the other team do that? Well, it's for the draft picks, and a team might think they can give Russ the ball and have him do his thing. They're still a good player and he can make something happen. But not a lot of teams believe in that. You just have to hope as a Laker fan that someone does. If no one wants the draft picks and no one wants Russ, the only other option is to watch LeBron pass Kareem. That's it. That's the only point to this whole season. Rob Pelinka has to make it obvious that he's giving Russ away. He has no leverage. He has no other option. But like always, I want to hear your guys' opinion in the comment section down below. What's the Lakers' next move? And leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more NBA content just like this. And I will see you in the next upload.